कि लास्ट 10-15 साल में वो ऐसा हाल हो गया है ट्रैफिक का कि अभी कोई सोल्यूशन नज़र नहीं आ रहा है।
Pune has just % of area under roads. Ideally, a city should have at least.
गवर्नमेंट डिपार्टमेंट्स अपने साइलोज में काम कर रहे हैं, किसी को कुछ पता नहीं क्या हो रहा है और सिटी खड्डे में जा रहे हैं।
लोग आपके यूनिफॉर्म को देखते तभी डरते हैं। ट्रैफिक पुलिस से बहुत लोग डरते नहीं है, ऐसा क्यों? What is the one statistic or piece of data जो आपने पुणे ट्रैफिक के बारे में देखा है that has surprised you also?
Unfortunately, during the morning times also, we could get lot of drunken drivers.
Really?
You see, recently we started with a PTP app. In this app, citizens are empowered to become traffic police. Traffic Cop, PTP App या माध्यमातून आता नागरिकांना सक्षम बनवण्याचा प्रयत्न वाहतूक पोलीस आणि पुणे पोलीस करतात. There are 1,25,000 reports to traffic police and we have generated.
Which part of traffic is harder to manage? VIP movement और गणपति विसर्जन ट्रैफिक?
Why does every Indian think कि ये रोड मेरे बाप का है? नमस्कार, आप सभी का स्वागत है आज के इस एपिसोड ऑफ द ऑडकास्ट शो पे। This channel was started by my son and me to talk about stuff that is odd but relevant. No topic is taboo. If you have been liking our content, please like, share, subscribe and hype our videos. आज हम एक ऐसे टॉपिक के बारे में बात कर रहे हैं जिससे सब परेशान हैं. It is a big problem, but there seems to be no solution. And we are talking to Additional CP Commissioner साहब of Pune, श्री मनोज पाटिल जी. नमस्कार जी, how are you doing? कैसा लग रहा है आपको स्टूडियो में?
Very nice.
So, sir, we go back a long way. We met 20-25 years ago on the football ground.
Yeah.
When we were playing football together, and now we are back in a studio which eats, breathes, and talks football. Kaisa? How do you feel coming back to football?
Yeah, it's nice. Long time. I was in Pune that time. And
Right.
Coincidentally, I was DCP traffic that time.
Right.
15 years after that, I'm still looking after traffic in Pune. So that's a coincidence.
So, sir, the problem is traffic. I mean, if I look at Pune today, it is known as the Oxford of the East. And it is by far the most beautiful city. In fact, there are surveys also that say Pune is the most livable city in India. But traffic का सर अभी क्या है कि लास्ट 10-15 साल में वो ऐसा हाल हो गया है ट्रैफिक का कि अभी कोई सोल्यूशन नज़र नहीं आ रहा है. So what do you think is the real issue here? Is it civic sense?
We should look it from different angles actually. See, what has happened when I was DCP traffic 15 years ago, the population of Pune was not there, not much. The vehicle population was also very low. You see, you should understand that for the last 30 years, Pune has grown 330% area-wise.
Oh.
So Pune was roughly around 86 square kilometers. It's more than 332 square kilometers. The urban area of Pune. See, no infrastructure can match such a rapid growth. Vehicle or population, for example, in 2018, it was roughly around 52 lakh vehicles in Pune. In the last 5 years alone, till 2024, we have added 20 lakh vehicles just in 5 years' time. So this exponential growth of vehicles and the infrastructure not able to catch up with this fast growth is the real issue what Punekars are facing right now. But I think the government is very serious about these issues and it is looking to tackle these issues from different angles. Angles like city planning, angles like improving the public transport infrastructure, angles like improving the pedestrian infrastructure, angles like improving the enforcement on roads. So we are a developing country and every developing country or every developing city for that matter behaves in the same way. Whatever has happened in the Western countries, we are just following that. It's a pathway. We are somewhere in between developed and underdeveloped. So I think this phenomena, each city in the world has gone through this phenomena.
बट सर, जैसे मैं और मेरे मित्र बैठते हैं, कभी कभी ऐसे ही बैठते हैं, डिस्कस करते हैं कि अरे मेरे को यहाँ आने में 1 घंटा लग गया, 1.5 घंटा लग गया. 20 साल पहले 10 मिनट लगता था, 5 मिनट लगता था. सो इज इट अ कॉम्बिनेशन ऑफ इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर, explosion of vehicles and population and growth of the city at a rapid pace and civic sense also, or is it isolated to only infrastructure?
No. it's not isolated only to infrastructure. Even the civic sense has to improve. It is in a process of improving. See, Pune has just 7% of area under roads. Ideally, a city should have at least 15% of area under roads. So, as I was telling, if we have increased by 330% in 30 years, the infrastructure could not match this growth. So, we wanted 15% area under road, but that is not possible. We could just, we are managing right now only with 7%. Time is moving. We are adding a lot of infrastructures. We are going for ring roads. We are going for improvement in road width and road network also. I think in the next 10 years time, we will be catching up with this. Added to this, we are even thinking of implementing the TOD, that is the Transit Oriented Developmental Model.
अच्छा
2019 government of Maharashtra has approved it, and I think that is a game changer. That will change the way the city is growing.
क्या होगा सर उससे?
See, what happens is Pune has grown because there are urban sprawls.
Correct.
Urban sprawls is the city is moving slowly outwards. What happens? People get houses at a lower cost, so they buy them at the far end of the city. So Pune is growing radially. So Nagar Road and Solapur Road and Nasik Road, people buy houses at those places. But the result is they have to commute along. The average distance a Punekar travels is 10.5 kilometers, which is very high.
On a daily basis.
On a daily basis, which includes the senior citizens, the children, the housewives, and everyone.
Office going people.
So, if you consider only office going people, it is more than 20 kilometers. So this traveling is adding load to the city. So what TOD wants to do is it will actually expand the city vertically.
Okay.
That's the way Mumbai has developed. Mumbai is growing vertically.
Correct.
What happens when the city grows vertically and along the public transport lines, it is easier for people to depend on this public transport line. So wherever there is a metro station, we provide 4 or 5 FSI. So the building grows upwards. There is availability of houses in that area. And Pune, right now, we are just 11% of people are using public transport. So when the city becomes dependent on the public transport, rather than the public transport chasing the urban sprawl, it is the city will be contributing to the public transport. The city growth contributes to the public transport. So TOD, which has started from 2019, will be the game changer. I think in the next 10 years, with TOD and improvement of public transport infrastructure, the city traffic is going to change. We are following what other countries have done, and I'm sure in the coming years, the situation is going to improve a lot.
But sir, this is a point that you have brought up about urban development also. So my question here is that जैसे जब urban development होता है, तो there are various government agencies who are in play. There is a planning department, there's town planning, there's the municipal corporation, then there's the government, then there are the politicians, then there is the police also. So do they take advice from people like yourselves also who are actually, operationally handling the city? Or are they working in silos? Or do government departments work in silos?
I'm working in Pune for last around a year's time, and I've seen so much of interaction. Each and every authority is serious about this issue.
Very good.
The municipal corporation is contributing a lot for the city infrastructure. You may have seen recently, we are having a cyclathon, a cycling challenge, the international level event in Pune. And you may have seen the city roads change drastically. The surface quality has improved, the potholes and manholes repairs or their alignment on the road surface, it has improved. The public transport, the transport authorities, they are also taking it very seriously. The number of buses will be increasing in the coming time. Metro, for that matter, we just have 31 kilometers of metro, but within some months, Pune will have 64 kilometers of metro link.
That's insane.
Yeah, and it is increasing. You will find in the next 5 years, we will have more than 100 kilometers of metro. This is going to help decongest the traffic on the road. Then the traffic department, we have interacted with each and every authority, and I'm very happy we have a very healthy discussions going on. And we are all working together. The Chief Minister of Maharashtra or the Deputy CM Maharashtra, the Guardian Minister, they are actively participating in this. All the public representatives, they are very serious about the traffic issues in Pune. And I have been interacting with a lot of these people. So I think there is a lot of movement going on. The administration is working. The politicians are also contributing to the cause. Even NGOs and public, they are also very serious. We get calls from the industries. Why can't we have a interaction with them? We have interaction with the Maratha Chambers, the top management consortium. All these are contributing together, including the academics also. So colleges and schools are taking interest. And I think we are, as I told you, we are a developing city. Things are moving ahead. And I'm very optimistic that in the coming years, we will see a better Pune. We will see a better traffic managed Pune. Better in terms of even obeying traffic rules. Because
Oh, sir, that is a topic that abhi.
I agree. There is a lot of violations on road. But what we are trying to do is we are trying to change the narrative. See, what happens right now, the motorist, anybody who is driving a motor vehicle, be it a two-wheeler or any other, they think that the following, if I have to follow rules, it is because the authorities will catch me. We are appealing to people, and there are good responses from public also. Public should actually contribute in traffic discipline like a city building activity.
It's a citizen-driven movement.
Yeah, it should be a citizen-driven movement. You see it in Mumbai also, a city which is very near to Pune. People follow it. It's a movement. When you break a rule, the other person in the adjoining car probably will see at you, what are you doing? He will just speak with his eyes. I think Pune has understood this, and they, in the coming years, there will be more responsible behavior on roads. Definitely that is going to help rather than just enforcement by police.
No, it's a great hope that we all have, sir. And I'm glad that to hear, as a common citizen, I'm very happy to hear that, that there are agencies, government agencies collectively working. Because normally when I was growing up, we always heard कि, our government departments अपने silos में काम कर रहे हैं, किसी को कुछ पता नहीं क्या हो रहा है, और, city खड्डे में जा रहा है. It's what we used to hear before. But I'm glad to hear this.
Yeah, see, this year for the Traffic Safety Week, we have made a pledge, and we'll be appealing citizens, they should take that pledge. That's a simple pledge in which you pledge to obey traffic rules, to respect the pedestrians, not to violate the right of way principle. Things like that.
Simple things.
Use public transport as much as possible. I think that should become a movement. That should become a movement. And a lot of industries and educational institutes are inviting traffic police to have an interaction. You see, recently we started with a PTP app. So in this app, citizens are empowered to become traffic police.
Oh.
So they can download an app, and wherever they see a violation, they can just click a photograph and send it to us.
Through the app.
Through the app. And I'm very happy to tell, in the last 5 months alone, there are 1,25,000 reports to traffic police, and we have generated more than 98,000 challans. So our percentage is almost 75%, and citizens of Pune are contributing in this cause. So I think as people understand that we have a role, as people start participating in this issue, as people start pledging that I will not violate traffic rule, and as people start understanding that they also can contribute to the city, I think the behavior is going to change. Enforcement alone, I repeat, is not going to help. It is a public participation. It is the civic sense that is going to contribute to the violations which you see every day on the road.
Beautifully put, I think.
Definitely. I think, sir, we can already see the results. Abhi now I was out of station for 4.5 months. जब आया तो काफी कुछ खुल चुका है, especially at University Circle also.
Yeah, see, as I was telling you, let's understand how Pune is. So as I told you, we just have 7% of area under the roads. We have just 11% of people using public transport. There is a vehicle boom. So we have 72 lakh vehicles. As we are talking today, more number of vehicles are added on the road. So what we have to do is, if we have to wait for 15% of area under road, it will be waiting for years.
Yes.
So what we are trying to do is, we are trying to improve whatever is available with us. So we are trying to improve the capacity of the road, and by improving the capacity of the road, we are trying to use the low cost traffic management techniques. What you referred right now is one of the solutions which we have implemented for the University Junction. As you know, metro building activities going on this patch of road. We close 3 signals. We surface the road properly, and we found there was decongestion. So when we closed 3 signals, actually what happened is people had to travel a longer distance, but the waiting time reduced, and more number of people started passing through the junction in the same time.
Right.
So this decongested the city. But I think we have a long way to go. Unless the permanent fixtures, the flyovers, the ring roads, the metro network, the bus routes, or the bus route rationalization, improving the number of buses, improving public transport, unless that contributes, this can help. The low-cost traffic management can help in the this gap. It can definitely fill in the gap. With this, we have improved enforcement also. You probably, people may not like it, but we have more than doubled our enforcement in the last 1 year. So we used to make cases around 30 to 40 lakhs. This year we have made more than 60 lakh cases.
Wow.
That's how I think we are very optimistic, and we'll be improving the situation on the roads.
Okay, so building on this, if we were to compare a place like Singapore to Pune in terms of strictly traffic management and maybe civic sense also, आपको क्या लगता है, where do we stand in front of them?
Singapore, for that matter, is very comparable to Pune city. So Singapore is roughly around 730 square kilometers. Pune is around 540 square kilometers. Population of Singapore is around 6 million. Pune is around 7 million. So we are very comparable on these two aspects. But now there is a difference also, which is creating a situation in Pune. So Pune has 72 lakh vehicles, and Singapore just has 1 million vehicles. So Singapore
massive gap.
Less number of vehicles. It has almost 1/7 of the vehicles what Pune has.
Correct.
With it, they have more area under the roads. And more importantly, Pune, only 11% of people use public transport. Around 70% of Singapore citizens use public transport. So that's a huge difference. With this, they use technology for enforcement. Pune needs traffic police standing at traffic junctions for people to behave in an orderly manner. That's not the case in Singapore. There, if you violate a rule, it is certainty that you will be punished.
Correct.
So I think this is a difference. Pune is trying to build. Pune is trying to catch up with this. We have already suggested a AI-based enforcement, camera-based system for improving the certainty of traffic violations. I think in the coming years, once it is in place, there will be improvement on the road also.
Okay, you mentioned about traffic police standing at certain junctions to make sure that people behave. But the problem is that the general attitude in people is जब लोग आपके यूनिफॉर्म को देखते हैं तभी डरते हैं. ट्रैफिक पुलिस से बहुत लोग डरते नहीं है. ऐसा क्यों?
नहीं, बिल्कुल सही है आपने कहा. वो जो डर ट्रैफिक पुलिस का भी होना चाहिए, वो शायद इतना लोगों को empowering नहीं लगता. See, the reason is the consequences of a law and order situation. If you do a law and order situation, the penalties are more, but at the same time, the punishments are very high. If you compare that with a traffic violation, you just have to pay a challan. I agree with you. The law and order situation, if you do a law and order violation, the punishments are very high. you'll have to go through those punishment, and the punishment include jail and lot more. But if you violate a traffic rule, it's a compoundable offense. You end up paying some fine. That's all. That makes the difference between a khaki police and a traffic police, or one who is wearing a white dress. His power to punish you is less than a power of a khaki police when you violated law and order situation. I think it is due to that people fear more for a khaki police than a traffic police. But I think with cameras and AI system coming in, the certainty of enforcement will definitely deter people from committing these offenses. We are waiting for it. We have already suggested to the government for an intelligent traffic management system. With this, the police will be free from just enforcing, and they can concentrate more on regulation and chalaning for that matter.
Okay. One more thing that I've noticed as a difference between generally in India and the Western countries is कि over here if आपको कोई पकड़ लिया ट्रैफिक पुलिस वाले ने फॉर वट एवर वायलेशन और वहाँ पे कोई पकड़ लिया, वहाँ पे कोई नेगोशिएट नहीं करता उनके साथ. यहाँ पे नेगोशिएशंस बहुत होते हैं कि सर प्लीज़ जाने दो या थोड़ा सा ये लेके हमको जाने दो. यहाँ पे इतना नेगोशिएशन क्यों हो रहा है?
यहाँ पे फाइन्स ही होता है, सो न्यूसेंस वैल्यू ऑफ द ट्रैफिक पुलिस इज लेस. We have not linked this challan with insurance or with your account or with whatever other things which can certainly punish you.
Yes.
So we are in a process of doing this. As I told you, traffic challaning is a compoundable offense. So what happens is, when a traffic police catches you, he will issue you a challan. You are free to pay it immediately, or you can pay it in the court also, or you can pay it later also. Second, what happens, the traffic policemen in Pune are more, their responsibility is more for traffic regulation than enforcement. So he is busy in the regulation part. And we find it's actually what happens is people don't take this very seriously. They start quarreling with the traffic police, they start threatening them, they start doing other things also.
Yes.
Which are actually not good.
Correct.
I think with the AI-based enforcement, the human factor will go away. We are targeting 99% enforcement through the camera-based system, because that system, you have the evidence, you have your photograph, you have the GPS location, and you can be seen violating the traffic rule.
Right.
So with this evidence, it arms you better to challan you, rather than a traffic police who has only stored your violation in his eyes.
Right.
So with technology, I think the situation is going to improve. And at the same time, what will happen is it will become difficult for the traffic police also to negotiate.
Right.
I think technology is a good solution, and we are banking on it. We are also now making it compulsory for traffic police that they should wear a body-worn camera. So the evidence, whatever evidence which has to be recorded, can be recorded in the body-worn camera. I think there is a gap in this. This makes the certainty of a violation, so challaning a violation, less. In the coming years, we are trying to tackle this issue, and now once the systems are ready, you will have certainly to pay the traffic fine.
Okay, great.
But sir, certainly, I mean, you mentioned about the West, like he's comparing the West to Indian traffic and all that. There are many cities in the West also who are traffic locked and they're jammed all the time. Having said that, sir, as far as जो आपने traffic violations की बारे में बात की, तो I also studied in the US and he's also studied in the US. He's studying there now. And what we have seen there is that, even getting your license at the beginning is not an easy task. There is a rigorous actual testing जो हो रहा है वहाँ of driving and theory also. And the theory is quite intense in terms of passing that test. तो एक तो license मिलना बहुत मुश्किल हो जाता है. And there, like you mentioned about linking, this to your Aadhaar, PAN, etc., all that. What happens there is that there is a federal law and a state law. So the federal law is defined and then the states are ready to twist it in their way and pass it on as per their regulations in their state. इसमें क्या होता है कि सपोज इफ यू वायलेट अ ट्रैफिक सिग्नल और यू डू एनी ट्रैफिक वायलेशन, you get deducted points on your license. They are directly put on your license. And every state has a law. So I think where he is in Massachusetts, 21 points you get on your license is cancelled. It's gone. You cannot drive. So can that system or that kind of a next practice or a best practice be adopted in India, sir?
Yeah, it is very necessary because what happens here is getting a license is not that difficult.
Very easy.
For suspending your driving license, it's also not very easy. For cancelling your driving license, it's also not easy and the process is not set. We are thinking seriously about this issue. So once your license is connected with your vehicle, with your violations, with your Aadhaar card, I think things are going to change. We are aiming at a system just like Singapore. So there will be a card. Your fines will automatically be deducted from your
Correct. Your bank
pay
account.
wallet, bank account. So we are thinking of this process. I think we are in a transition stage. We are trying to improve, and in coming days, these systems are bound to happen in India. They will be coming into India. That will make it more difficult for a violator getting along with violating a traffic fine and ending up not paying for the violation also.
जो इंडियंस हैं, हम जैसे सारे लोग, यहाँ अब्रॉड जाके वी विल बी एट आवर बेस्ट. वी विल फॉलो ऑल द रूल्स, कचरा भी नहीं फेंकेंगे कहीं, ट्रैफिक का सब एक चीज़ ओबे करेंगे. यहाँ आके फिर वो दादागिरी चालू हो जाता है. तो ये क्या मतलब, व्हाई डज एवरी इंडियन थिंक कि ये रोड मेरे बाप का है?
सी, एज आई टोल्ड यू, यहाँ पे जब तक आप यही सोचेंगे कि पुलिस वाला है इसलिए मुझे रूल फॉलो करना है, तो थिंग्स विल नॉट चेंज. यू सेड इट राइटली. If you see in Western countries, the best driver probably are Indians because they fear that certainly they will be caught and they will have to face the consequences. When they come back, they think chalta hai. Unfortunately, what has happened is we have seen violations in Pune city for a routine short distance travel. The long distance travelers, one moving say from Hadapsar to Hinjawadi, there are less number of violations from these road users. So what happens is when they violate, it is not that they don't know the rules, they don't know the consequences. It's not that they don't know if I violate the rules, I can meet with the accident. It is just willful neglect of law, which is hampering the image of the city. So when you come back from the Western countries, Mumbai, they will behave properly. When they come to Pune, probably they think
लोनावला में छोड़ देते हैं सब.
Yeah. So I think it should change. It should change. We should own up. We should own the responsibility.
Absolutely.
We should contribute for the city building activity. The image of the city is very important. I think we together, not only through enforcement, but together we should try to change
It has
this
to be,
narrative.
sir. Like I loved what you said initially that enforcement alone will not solve this problem.
नहीं होगा.
It has to be a combined effort of all the stakeholders.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I'm loving about.
I think even if you consider the education, if we have the ethics and morality as part of your education, as part of your formal education, things will change. It's not that when I drive my vehicle and I see a pedestrian crossing a road, if what I decide, whether to increase the speed and let him run or decrease the speed and let him pass. I sit in my car, I have a driver. So whenever I see the driver speeding, I scold him. And when I tell him that he is a vulnerable road user, आपको कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा, उसको थोड़ा भी डैश लगेगा तो it will be difficult on him. And now they have also started behaving. So whenever they see a pedestrian crossing a road, वो रुकते हैं और उसको बोलते हैं कि क्रॉस हो जा. You should see that how glad that person becomes. People respond, people appreciate, people thank you कि आपने मेरे को पास करने दिया. So I think civic sense is one of the most important
Most
thing.
important.
We should include it in the formal education also. when you start thinking use those terms, when you have more civic sense, when you care about others, when you care about the vulnerable section on the road, that should come through the formal education. I think we have to think of it. We have to think seriously for this issue.
So, sir, in your entire tenure, what is the one statistic or piece of data जो आपने पुणे ट्रैफिक के बारे में देखा है that has surprised you also?
The violations, drunken driving violations, are surprising. What we used to do previously is we used to make cases in the evening time, in the late evening times, say 10 o'clock to 1 o'clock. Sometimes we thought, can we change the timing? Can we have it in the afternoon? Can we have it in the morning? And we thought we won't be getting cases. Unfortunately, during the morning times also, we could get a lot of drunken drivers.
Really?
So I think it's a very irresponsible behavior. Drunken driving has contributed very badly to the accident situation in Pune. I think now these days we have started having drunken driving even in the daytime, even in the early evening times.
My God.
And I think that has surprised me a lot.
It's a shocker.
Yeah. So, sir, I wanted to come back to the AI traffic enforcement part that you were talking about. How exactly does that work? Like, what are the definitions of violations? Because the reason why I'm asking is because there are a lot of places where this has been applied abroad, but they are not catching the right things.
See, we used AI previously also. So we had red light violation cameras.
Okay.
And we used to see cameras, we used to identify people not using a helmet, not having a seat belt. But AI is more than that. So what happens, you see most of the parking violations, for example, happen with the driver sitting in the car. And you did not have a clock to understand how long this person is waiting. So traffic police sees a person waiting in his car. He goes there and he said, I'm going to challan you because 25 seconds is allowed time. So for getting up and getting down from a vehicle. A traffic police is not in a position to explain how long this person has been waiting. But AI has this capacity. What happens with AI is the AI, if there are n number of cars on the road and the camera is watching you, it will have a separate timer for each car. So once 25-30 seconds happens, it will automatically issue you a challan. We had AI cameras even on a vehicle. So when I'm traveling, say from north to south, and I see a vehicle which is standing in a no parking zone. So that can be a stopping vehicle also. So it is stopping for some time also. So what happens, these vehicles have cameras in the front, they have cameras at the back also. They're seeing front and back. So whenever AI sees a vehicle parked on a road, it will just catch that vehicle. When the vehicle moves, it will again check it from the rear camera. And if it still sees the vehicle still standing at the road, it will calculate the time and then it will issue challan if it is more than what is the waiting time. I think these things cannot happen with humanly. AI has the capacity. A single camera can make almost n number of violations. We have proposed around 500 such locations in Pune which will have AI cameras. And now these cameras are going to catch each and every violation. We will have cameras on our buses, on our vehicles. So whenever the PMPL bus moves through the city, it will start picking violations. I think this definitely will create a deterrence in the minds of people who are violating rules. There will be a certainty that whenever you break a rule, someone is watching you. I think AI will be a game changer for Pune. And in the intelligent traffic management system, we have exactly proposed the same thing. We had a POC, we have studied it, and we think it works fantastically well. Applied to Pune, probably Pune will be the first city which will be covering AI as an enforcement model.
Okay. Based on all the data you have gathered so far and your own experience as a Punekar now, which category of vehicles do you think needs the most immediate change? क्योंकि गाड़ी वालों का क्या fear रहता है कि बाइक वाले ने आके हमको मारा, हम भी blame आ जाएगा. even if it's his fault?
You said it right. I think we need a lot of improvement in the two-wheeler sector. What has happened is Pune roughly has around 330 deaths every year, and among this, around 180 are two-wheeler riders.
My God.
Wow.
So that's the biggest challenge what we have. You see, you compared Pune with the Western countries. They have 1/10 of accidental deaths than what Pune has. We have tremendous work to be done on this count. And among this 180, 99% of two-wheelers, the deaths have happened because he is not wearing a helmet. There are some deaths where a helmet was used, but still the person died.
Unfortunate.
But wearing a helmet, not changing lanes randomly, not driving on a footpath, not driving on a cycle track, all these violations need a lot of things. And I think if you tell me one particular vehicle which has to improve, I think it is a two-wheeler, because they are the ones who I have to face. They are the ones who violate more. If there is improvement in this, I think we can reduce our accident rate drastically. We can improve the discipline on the roads also.
Okay.
So there's one more segment so that we have missed, which is lady drivers. उनके बारे में क्या ख्याल है आपका? Honest opinion.
Honestly, I don't think so. I think women are more responsible. In accidents also, if you see the number of vehicles which are involved in accidents, the percentage of women drivers is very less. It's less than 15%.
But most men say that, sir, most of the accidents happen because of they'll stop on a flyover and take a U-turn also.
It's probably, this is what men say. So women probably may have a different opinion.
Correct.
I think it is wrong to blame typical any woman for this matter. Everybody violates. It's almost equal.
Interesting. So I want to come back to that. I want to understand the flyover and the signal. जैसे आपने बताया कि it is not always the solution. So what is the solution then? If suppose you have to decongest an area, if there is flyover and signal is not an option, then what is the third option?
I won't say flyover or signals are not an option. They are a good option. But that option has to be considered wisely.
Right.
So they should be there where they are necessary. Not only because with less study, if you have a flyover, it doesn't give the result what are expected. But what Pune needs is, one, most important, is public transport. So if we have more than 60 or 70% of people using public transport, automatically the privatized vehicles will get reduced, the roads will get decongested, and we can have better mobility. Second, I think we should obey traffic rules. That thing is also
civic
important.
sense.
Civic sense, exactly. Then we should have ring roads. We should have at least 2 sets of ring road, which will end up decongesting the city. So if you have to travel
The intra-city.
in the city also, not intra-city, the intercity also or intra-city also, ring roads are going to help us a lot. We need long expressways or roads also at some places.
Elevated roads, sir.
Elevated roads are a good option. Tunnels are a good option. Tunnels, what happens, difference between a tunnel and an elevated road probably is land acquisition becomes a lesser problem in tunnels. If you want to have an elevated corridor, land acquisition is a difficult thing. And I think that is going to help. But the most important thing, if you ask me, it is probably the public transport and the NMT or the non-motorized transport. If people start walking more rather than using vehicle for a shorter distance, it's a behavioral change. It is definitely going to contribute to the city.
Right. So one observation I had is that many roads are actually very good in Pune, but then they are congested not because of traffic violations, but because of hawkers, because of people occupying a certain space on the road, a certain section of the road. तो वो लोग क्या है, बैठे रहते हैं, people are also stopping, double parking, buying things from them. It stops the traffic. So whose responsibility is this to make sure that the roads are for driving, not for.
Yeah, I understand that. I think this is a valid point which you have raised. What happens? A hawker actually creates a bottleneck.
Correct.
So wherever he is standing, he actually ends up decreasing the capacity of road. Once you remove the hawker, you have more carriage width for traveling. The municipal corporation and police are thinking on this issue very seriously. We have identified around 262 kilometers in road, which are the main roads in Pune, which carry around 80% of the traffic load. We are thinking of shifting these hawkers from these places to off roads or at places which are the civic amenities spaces. If you move them, I think we will have more carriage width and the traffic will improve. It is both the police and the civic authorities' responsibility, and we are thinking seriously about it.
So as far as public transport is concerned, like you mentioned that people should use more public transport, and I completely agree with that. In public transport, what are the options that a Punekar has? One is a rickshaw, one is your, Rapido, Ola, etc. All these kind of places, all things. There's the buses, and now, the Grand Metro is coming into Pune, and, now, like you mentioned, it's going to double its terms of distance covered. The problem with the metro that most Punekars are talking about today is the last mile connectivity. Kaise कि if we compare it to New York City or to London, there every 500 meters there is a stop. So you can walk it to the next stop. From your home, you can walk it to your, you will find a metro station within 500 meters of your home wherever you are. But here what happens is that अरे metro station तो मेरे से 4 किलोमीटर दूर है. तो वहाँ तक जाने में ही मेरे को I'll have to either use a rickshaw or I'll have to take my own car and I'll again adding to the traffic. So what could be the solution here?
पहले तो हम लोग ये देखते हैं कि मेट्रो के बारे में. सो पब्लिक ट्रांसपोर्ट में मेट्रो इज वेरी प्रॉमिसिंग. When I referred the transit-oriented development, that means public transport should be available near to your location. So that's why Pune will be going vertically in the next few years, which will actually help the metro network,
Correct.
Which will make metro stations available easily.
Right.
We have just begun with metros. We just have 31 kilometers and we'll be having 64 kilometers in next some months. The entire metro network is going to take years, maybe 10 years or more. We can see Delhi where around 20 years were required to have a good network of metro. So metro is a good option. The second option obviously are the buses, the city buses. The city buses can act complementary to the metro network.
Absolutely.
They can act parallelly to the metro network also. But we are forgetting some more public transport option. I mean the IPTs, the intermediate public transport. So that includes Ola, Uber, auto rickshaw. These are also good options. I think they can contribute for the last mile connectivity. But the metro authorities are thinking seriously about this issue, about the last mile connectivity. They are even thinking of having the electric rickshaws. So that will be an option. You just get out of a metro, you take an electric rickshaw and you can go to a destination and leave it to a designated places. But beyond this, public transport is also available. For example, you have a company. If the company uses buses for its commuter, that's a public transport. A high occupancy vehicle principle. If the company makes it compulsory that we'll give space to people who actually have higher occupancy. I mean, there is carpooling. So whenever some employee does carpooling, he should be given some points. He should be given a better parking place. He should be encouraged. That's a public transport also. So right now, we can afford taking a car from my home to my office space. But if I start discouraging this thing, a single driver, you see, whenever you go to Hinjawadi and just wait at a junction, you can see 50% of the cars have a single driver.
Probably more, sir.
Yeah, probably more. So if these people start sharing, if they start sharing the responsibility of decongesting the city, of contributing to the city, I think things will change. So it's not only the authorities who have to think about the city. Every one of us has to think about the city. So carpooling becomes a better option. Not using a not using a privatized vehicle and rather using a cycle or walking to your nearby location. You can contribute. I think we should think of these solutions seriously. Companies should make public transport days. They should celebrate public transport days. Days on which all their employees probably use a public transport. So I will have to convenience myself to contribute for the city. So I should not just think about my convenience, my car, and I can afford, and it's others' responsibility. As I was telling you initially, everybody has to contribute to this city building activity. Then only we will be seeing a better city compared to the western cities.
Absolutely, absolutely. So one more solution came to my mind. जब मैं छोटा था तो हम लोग सुनते थे कि 80s में हम बड़े हो रहे थे तो हम सुनते थे कि 20 साल बाद when we hit the millennium, the new millennium comes, we'll have flying cars. And अब वो ज़माना actually आ गया है. There is this kid in Chennai who has been funded by IIT Chennai, and he's in their IIT hub there, and he's got a company called the Flying Car Company. So in fact, we are planning to do a podcast with him also, but he's talking about solving traffic issues by using flying cars. What's your thought on that, sir?
No, it's a nice thing. We're moving ahead in time, that is a solution. I don't know when it will practically happen on road, or practically happen in time. But I think it is a good solution. We will have to, everything new which is coming, we will have to look positively for that. But frankly, I feel it's a long way for that.
It's a long way.
A long, thoughtful implementation of law, because that will be altogether a different mode of transport.
Yeah.
But I think in future, we can think of that. But right now, at least for the next 10 to 15 years, I think we should improve what we already have.
But उसमें भी there is a joke now, sir. My friends and all they say कि अगर वो ऐसा पुणे में flying cars आ गए तो ऊपर से लोग थूकना शुरू कर देंगे लोगों पे नीचे, तो that's another problem. That will compound the problem, in fact.
तो मैं आपको वही कह रहा हूँ. We have to develop that civic sense.
Absolutely.
उसको formally teach करना मुझे लगता है is a good idea.
Absolutely.
And team building activity, the city pride, people coming together. It's a long process actually. But yeah, ये हो भी सकता है, नहीं भी हो सकता. I'm positive. I think Pune is changing. I think Pune is behaving more responsibility. There are less number of violations, less number of congestions. I'm positive. I'm optimistic.
Yeah. So, sir, we don't see it because we see it every day. But he's coming after 5 months and he's saying that he's seeing a positive change in Pune. So that's great. That's great. Yeah. So thank you.
Thank to Punekars actually.
To all of us. Yeah.
All of us.
Sir, I just have one last question before we move on to the rapid fire round. And that question is that you said that the way in which Pune was designed in terms of the roads and the area covered by the roads is very under what it should be. So what is the one design mismatch that you see between the current usage and the design of our roads?
See, our roads were never designed for this volume of traffic.
Right.
Pune was designed just like roads in the pet areas. वो टाइम पे पालकी मैंने ले जाते हैं उसके लिए डिजाइन किए गए थे.
Yes.
The same roads are used for traffic, but that's not for Pune alone. You will find similar things in Western countries also. The old part of the city remains the same.
Right.
Even roads for the newer part of the city were not designed keeping in mind what traffic volume will happen, say 15-20 years from that point of time.
Correct.
Now we have what we have. So we need to use it in a better way, a more efficient way, a more scientific way by using traffic engineering and transportation engineering and planning. We will have to use it in the way it is, because now these days expanding the road width is a big issue. It won't happen. So the road will remain the same, But by using public transport, by using ring roads, by using flyover bridges, by long corridors, we can definitely improve the situation.
So there was another solution that Boston, the city of Boston, had done when I was studying there in 1999. I remember there was a project called the Big Dig, where they said that we'll dig the entire city and we'll put all the roads underground. All roads. Of course, we'll have roads on top, but most of the traffic will flow under the city. And that has actually become a reality because now when I went to the US to drop him to his university, I saw that. So that is also a very this thing, but it's a very big long term, lot of money, lot of it is like one of the solutions that they have tried. It has worked well, but it has not been fully successful for Boston.
See, आपने जो कहा, Maharashtra is thinking seriously about this issue.
Wow.
Even the chief minister is very serious about the issue. You have seen in Mumbai, there are a lot of tunnels which are coming up. Because constructing a tunnel 20 years ago and now constructing a tunnel with the boring machines and
The tech that we have
the
now.
tech that we have has become easier. The land acquisition has become easier. And they behave as an expressway. So from point to point, if you have to move, you can move at a very fast pace. The construction activity doesn't hamper the road traffic. In a big way, the flyover bridge probably hampers the road
Right.
traffic. We are serious about this. The government is very serious about this. Our chief minister is very serious about this issue, and I think we expect some good results or good news on this front also.
Great. So I have one last question about road rage. Road rage is a growing problem across India, I would say. And Pune mein, recently I saw that I heard that a lady was beaten up during road rage by men. And ये मानसिकता या जो भी है लोगों की, is the police, your department doing anything about tackling road rage, and how do we tackle it?
Yeah, road rage is a serious issue, and Pune police are very serious about this issue. जहाँ भी हमको road rage दिखता है, we make sure that action is harsher. The action will teach a lesson to the person so that it will create a deterrence to others. We are expanding our CCTV camera network. So that will bring in the most required evidence for this issue.
And then that can become a bookable offense.
Yeah. And that's a cognizable offense. Road rage is a cognizable offense. So you will have to face serious consequences for having that. I can't say that because of traffic jams and because of issues, people go to road rage. It's a personal choice. So you cannot attribute it
Correct.
to whatever the facts are. Road rage is a criminal activity, and we will deal it with a very, very firm hand.
Thank you for that, sir. Thank you. So I think Suved has prepared some rapid fire, sir.
Yeah.
Where we just ask you a question and try and give us the answer in one word.
Yeah.
Sir, first question. One word to describe Pune traffic today.
Challenging.
Traffic excuse you are tired of hearing, sir.
सर मेरे को ये रूल मालूम ही नहीं था. Every rule is a common sense. ऐसा कोई नहीं है जिसको रूल्स मालूम नहीं है. एवरीबडी सिखाने की जरूरत नहीं है. सिग्नल जंप नहीं करना, उसको सिखाना थोड़ी पड़ता है. एवरीबडी नोज दैट. किड ऑल्सो नोज. आपके पीछे गाड़ी में बैठा किड भी बोलता है पापा आपने सिग्नल तोड़ा है. सो आई थिंक मुझे मालूम नहीं था. इज frustrating
most
for
frustrating,
police also.
Okay. Which part of traffic is harder to manage? VIP movement or Ganpati Visarjan traffic?
Obviously, Ganpati Visarjan traffic. The extent, the volume, the number of Ganpatis, the number of road closed, it's very challenging. Yeah.
For sure, for sure.
If you could ban one type of horn, which one would it be? What is that horn sound that really irritates everyone?
आप जब रेड होता है सिग्नल और पीछे से जो बीप करके बोलता है, लॉन्ग बीप, कहता है क्यों रुका है चल. इट्स इरिटेटिंग. सच पीपल.
Absolutely. It's irritating to everyone.
Yeah.
Out of traffic police and law and order, which one do you think requires more patience?
Obviously, traffic police. It's a challenging job for a policeman also. It's a difficult job, but yeah, you need a lot of patience because amount of interactions it has with people is too much. Probably a khaki policeman speaks to citizens or on issues once or twice in a day. The traffic police has to go at least having interaction with at least 100 people.
Okay.
So that's challenging. You need a lot of patience.
ड्यूरिंग द पॉडकास्ट हमने चर्चा की कि दैट पुणेकर्स स्पेशली विद ट्रैफिक पुलिस दे विल से कि हाँ ठीक है मैंने सस्ते में निकल जाऊंगा मैं लाइक नेगोशिएट करके या जो भी है. What do you think about increasing traffic fines, sir? And what would be that ideal amount to really scare the living daylights out of a पुणेकर कि मैं अभी ये कभी नहीं करूँगा?
नहीं, मुझे लगता है फाइन अमाउंट बढ़ाने की जरूरत नहीं है. द सर्टेनिटी, यानी आप वॉयलेट करोगे तो आपको फाइन भरना ही पड़ेगा. आई थिंक दैट
Itself will be a deterrent.
That will be a game changer.
Sir, what is one message that you will give to that person at the red light who honks a lot?
अब क्या करना है? You will be punished. You should be punished. You deserve to be punished.
You are being very diplomatic and kind. You need to be a little harsher. जैसे हम लोग की फट गई आपको आपके यूनिफॉर्म देख के, वैसे लोगों की फटनी चाहिए ना सर पुलिस से.
We are acting on such people. इन लोगों पे हम लोग काम कर रहे. See, जैसे मैंने कहा ना कि हम लोग PTP ऐप कर रहे हैं, तो वी आर चेंजिंग PTP ऐप ऑल्सो. PTP ऐप में आप नाउ अभी तक सिर्फ फोटोग्राफ्स अलाउड थे, अभी वीडियोस भी हम लोग अलाउ करेंगे. सो समबडी इज हॉकिंग, वो भी इसमें पकड़ सकते हैं. सो वी आर मेकिंग इट मोर हार्शर, मोर easier फॉर पीपल टू यूज.
Great. Sir, I think it has been wonderful talking to you and I'm very, as citizens, we are very glad that आप आए, अपने समय निकाला. एंड आप जब यहाँ हो तो हम सोच रहे हैं पुणे ट्रैफिक का क्या हल होगा, बट दे हैव टू बेयर फॉर एन आवर. बट सर थैंक यू सो मच. इट्स हार्टनिंग टू नो दैट द पुलिस, द ट्रैफिक पुलिस इज थिंकिंग so much ahead.
Yeah.
They are looking at tech, they are looking at AI, they are even looking at so many solutions, and that all the agencies and stakeholders involved are doing it together. And I think that one agency that is lacking to catch up with all this is the citizens. I feel that is where we are lacking, because we that चलता है attitude जो है वो हमारे दिमाग में घुसा हुआ है. So as a parting note, I thank the audience for watching this. Please like, share, subscribe and hype and comment on our videos. But before going, sir, I would like you to give a message to the Pune public. What is that message that you as the traffic head of Pune would like people to do? If you could give a small message to Pune.
Pune is a beautiful city. A beautiful city with good climate, good people, a happening city. Traffic violations and traffic issues are one of the biggest issues in Pune. And I think with the government, with the traffic police, we need help of each and every Punekars. We need each and everyone's contribution in making this city a better place to live, a safe city, a city with less number of accidents, a city with less number of or zero road rage. I think we all together, if we contribute, we can make it a better city to stay. Thank you.
Lovely, very, very well put, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for joining us. Jai Hind, Jai Maharashtra, Jai Pune.
Thank you.
Okay, sir.
Thank you
so much.
Thank you.